When any violent situation takes place, people find a safe place and dial for emergency assistance. Operators carefully assess the situation, evaluate its severity, and try to estimate the location. The standard process of calling for help can be accelerated by using modern technology and AI.
Our solution reduces the response time of emergency services from 7 minutes to less than 5 seconds, which helps to save more lives.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's live webinar, 1001 Ways Sound Can Be Critical and Reactive to Dangerous Situations. I'm Alejandra Maña, the business developer for Jalop Embedded, and I will be your moderators for today's event. We're very pleased to bring you to this webinar that is presented by Jalop Embedded and sponsored by the city of Pilsen. Jalop Embedded is a tech innovative company that is based in Pilsen, Czech Republic, is specializing in creating embedded solutions and specific mobile applications and integrating their solutions. We develop solutions independent of the operating system. The company's mission is to minimize the consequences of dangerous events and to contribute to saving property, health, and lives of people. The quality and reliability of the embedded systems are supported by a team of highly qualified engineers with cutting-edge ideas and experience with modern technology. The developers have extensive experience in computer networking, cloud storage systems, machine learning, and artificial intelligence, which brings life to the proposed solution. Before we get started today, I do want to make a few announcements. First, the webinar is designed to be interactive, so we really encourage you to ask any questions while we are presenting. We are going to try to respond to your questions in the Q&A chat that you can see at the bottom of your screen, and we're going to have some polls during our presentation. I want to introduce today's speaker. We're very pleased to be joined by Lukáš Esbodova and Jakub Vališ.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Both have over 10 years of experience in machine learning and artificial intelligence methods. Some relevant cooperations and practices are with Continental AG by developing embedded systems for premium car models. And other important projects are with Diablotron as principal investigator of the glass fermentation detection project. On today's agenda, we will be getting some information regarding what is the Sound Event Detector and how does it work, why parent smart ears with smart eyes, integrations available for the SED solution, the use case that you can have for the solution, and the real success case that we have with the Pilsen city. The first part is going to take us from 30 to 45 minutes. And we will have a 15 minutes Q&A at the end of this webinar. Thank you all for joining again. So let's get started.
So, hello everyone. I would like to introduce what is SED and how does it work. The SED means Sound Event Detector. It means that it is a device that is able, based on the analysis of audio input, to recognize when a dangerous event happens in its surrounding. At the moment, we are able to detect the sound of gunfire, human panic or aggressive scream, glass break, or bomb blasting. The SED is driven by a machine learning algorithm. It contains a deep neural network that we have trained on a huge sound database that contains more than 200,000 sound records, and due to it, it provides an exceptional accuracy. It means we can have the sound event detector set very sensitive, and still we don't flood the operator in monitoring system by a huge amount of alarms. What is important, the entire algorithm was optimized to be launched on the target device itself and recognize dangerous events in real time. It means that there is no need of sending any audio input outside of the device itself, and therefore we have no problems with GDPR or personalized data. The SED is developed as a piece of monitoring system together with the CCTV cameras, where its main purpose is to minimize the common disadvantages of this monitoring system, which can be the infrastructure cost, as it is very hard to extend this camera system, the problems with the GDPR, as I have already mentioned, as in many countries, it takes a lot of administrative work to get allowance to place a new camera. And what's the most important behind the or in the monitoring center, there is always a human, and it is always difficult to observe the stream from all the cameras for the entire ship, and therefore the SED provides or triggers an alarm to the operator, so we can focus and check the situation immediately. Nevertheless, the SED is also capable of working on its own. We have developed multiple variants of the SED, which will be more in details introduced by Lucas later. But the basics are that we have an outdoor solution, we have an indoor solution with or without battery. And in most cases, the communication is handled over the GSM module, but we also provide a variant which can be which can communicate over an Ethernet cable with GSM as a backup or without GSM. What is important are the ranges where the SED is able to detect. And it highly depends on the event itself. The bomb blasting can be detected to up to 400 meters, with gunfire to 250 meters, human scream up to 150 meters, and blast breaking, it really depends on the glass that is shattered, but it is in between 50 and 100 meters. How SED works. The SED adapts on the background noise of the area where it is placed, and it checks for some unusual event to occur. This unusual event is recognized by sudden increase of the audio energy, and when this interesting event occurs, it is further analyzed. Just for an overview, those interesting events, it can be 1,500 up to 3,000 per day. And therefore, it is very important that our deep neural network has high accuracy. Because the deep neural network needs to distinguish in between the classic events that are common, like dog barking, ambulance passing by, cars passing by, children playing, and so on, from the dangerous one. This accuracy of our deep neural network is the thing that distinguishes us from our competitors, because it is able to work with 99.7% of accuracy. And then when the dangerous event is detected, an alarm is triggered and it is sent to the operating system, the operating center, where the operator can check the situation and action based on it. So the dangerous event recognition is the main purpose of the SED, but we have developed also some additional features. One of them is noise measurement. The SED is able to measure the loudness in its surrounding. And if there is enough devices, we are able to create such heat maps that can be used, for example, for the hygiene, to check if the place is not too loud, Or, for example, if there is some increase of the noise energy level, it can mean that people are crowded or that the beginning of some demonstration and so on. Localization. When at least 3 devices detect the same event, we are able, based on the time synchronization, to compute the exact source of the sound event. In case of gunfire, it can be the position of the attacker. In case of human scream, it is probably the position of the victim, and so on. Coverage design. If a customer asks for the amount of devices that are needed to protect some area, we are able to design a coverage that is needed to protect the required area, and also to estimate the best position of the device, where to place them and how much of them.
We have a small little poll in this part because we're curious, which one of these features do you like the most? We're gonna take just 1 little minute so you can tell us, from all the features that we have as noise measurement, coverage design, and event location, do you feel interested in one specifically, or do you like all of them? Don't feel afraid just to answer the questions. We will appreciate very much from your side this part. Now, we go to the part of why parents smart ears with smart eyes. What are we referring when we're saying smart ears and smart eyes? As you already got some information from us, when we are saying the SED is an innovative solution, this is what it is, the smart ears. And the smart eyes is going to be all the cameras, all the monitoring centers that we have around us. When any threatening situation occurs, our brain calls for all our faculties to assess what is the type of danger that we are encountering. We are going to think like, was that a car backfiring or a gunshot? Was that a boy shouting in anger or it was shouting in joy? We often hear things before we see them. That sounds trigger a response in our body, and that's what makes us act. If we need to find safety, or even if we need to call for the emergency telephone and ask for help. The reaction time to any dangerous situation or any event is going to depend on our perception, processing, and our response. If any part of this is altered, the reaction time will also be affected. When you're calling for help, the normal process is you call an operator, then he answers the calls. He then evaluates the situation by asking some questions to you. Then he tries to assess what is the severity of the situation. And if it's a really big one, it's going to try to estimate the location of you. All of this can take up to 7 minutes or even more. The standard process of calling for help can be completely accelerated by using the modern technology and artificial intelligence, and it would help us reduce this time to less than 5 seconds. That is why the Sound Event Detector was created. It allows us to detect, to classify, and to alert what is these unwanted events, and helping us to minimize the risk of false positive that we can have in a difficult environment. The SED can be integrated to other technology systems to create a complete security solution. And this way you can provide a new form of security, passive security, by adding smart ears to your existing security and even helping de-escalation of any situation before they become an event. More detailed information of this is going to be provided by Lucas to us later on. So you might be wondering, what is the benefit for me of having smart ears? Why do I need this? The benefit of integrating audio and intelligent communications can be varied, but it also depends on what is the area you would like to apply this solution. Just to give you some small ideas, you know, as many companies, they have security operations centers. Think of those operation centers and the security officer that might be monitoring the video to you. A security officer distraction can be many. It can be something as easy as a phone. I can imagine that you can also be distracted by your phone while I'm talking, or I can be distracted in this moment. A temporary distraction of that monitor screen can be a key to any situation that deserves an immediate attention. It can be something as an attack or even being kidnapped. This also happens in less than 1 minute. It just happens in seconds. Adding audio and intelligent communication to the suite of these security solutions, deploying those operation centers, and it's not only force multipliers, but also offers other advantages. That can be also instant situational awareness. A research project done by Jim Aldrich that is by the UK Police and Development Branch some years ago, look at how well operators could detect somebody with an umbrella in the main streets using different numbers of monitors. They found out that observers viewing one monitor can have an accuracy of 85%. Having 4 monitors, they can go to 74%. 6 monitors, they will decrease their accuracy to 58%, and with 9, they will have 53%. Imagine applying these to our live like moment current situation. Even in London, they have over 63,449 cameras security only in London. Can you imagine how many people do you need to accurately monitor this amount of cameras in London? Just to try to have 4 monitors, at least a 74%, we will need at least 15,862 people monitoring those cameras. So let's say, just to round it better, effectively, to round it better, we're going to say that it's around 16,000. How many man hours is this going to cost you? The study also indicated that the observers were significantly less likely to detect the targets and greater depth within the image when there were more monitors. So if you have a person monitoring at least 4, or if they have to monitor 6, they're not going to be able to they're not going to be able to effectively secure and have all around them accuracy. Sorry. This is how audio, when integrated into a security system, and exceptional accuracy that we are providing with the SED, helps address the threats quickly, and it will help us, any business, avoid any wasting of resources, even on false alarms. Listening is believing. Listening is the key to everything, and we do as human beings. A good example also is seeing someone running. This can tell you just a little bit. But if that person is running in fear, well, and they are screaming, you know what is the best way to respond to the situation, and you can act immediately. That's the part that how sound drives the initial response, and the sound accompanied with the video provides people with more information and creates better situational awareness in a safe environment.
So I will just show you the device types that we have developed to overcome those situations that I was talking briefly. And we have 2 types of devices: indoor and outdoor device. Indoor is prepared for a quick and easy wall mount. It is equipped with GSM as well as Ethernet connectivity. For our outdoor device is placed in highly customizable and durable polycarbonate enclosure with IP67 certification. The operating temperature ranges from -40 to +60 degrees Celsius, and it's also being equipped either with the GSM or Ethernet connectivity. As Jakub already mentioned, our outdoor devices can be equipped with a battery, as well as a simple installation kit that provides really easy integration, and together with the GSM module, it's easy to be integrated. It's usually being used by our customer on public lights, and they also use quite effectively our battery version. That, for example, only in here in Pilsen, it helps to reduce cost of infrastructure about 50,000 euros, because this is the cost that needs to be usually paid for a new place whenever there is a new camera placed on another spot that was not previously used. For Q4 of this year, we are also planning to release a CD with integration of simple camera module that was a request from our customer, and this will additionally give customer view on the scene, and the camera will work on demand. That means we will still have really low data consumption because the camera or the set of images will be sent it only on demand or whenever the dangerous event will occur. Another type of device that we offer is solar version that can be used on the spaces without possibility of electric supply, such as safari parks or others. And as Jakub also shortly mentioned, we can the events that comes from our device can be integrated into third-party software solutions that our customers usually uses. There is many of such solutions. Currently, we are compatible with solutions from company Ivisec, Genetec. We are also planning shortly integration with Milestone. We have done also other integrations with proprietary systems for our customers in Amsterdam, Brazil, and the others. We recently integrated our software directly into the camera. So whenever you have a distributor or already customer that uses Axis cameras, such a customer does not need to have any special equipment anymore. You can directly integrate our software inside the camera itself, only equip the camera with external microphone, and he's ready to use Sound Event Detector. In the future, we are also planning to integrate into the multi and double cameras.
We have been mentioning many of the applications that we have for the SED in security, but the audio analytic is versatile that we can apply it outside of only the security, and these can deliver tremendous benefit in a variety of settings. Most notable, it can be something as the healthcare. Using audio devices, the nursing staff can also remotely monitor the patients and the devices that are monitoring those patients too. This can be done with our indoor device, for example. In some retail applications, combining audio with video has helped reduce shoplifting and in-store face-to-face confrontations with security staff. Other big application that we can now mention more is educational facilities. In 2019, 22% of the students ages 12 to 18 reported being bullied at the school. About 50% reported being made fun of, called names, or insulted. Audio is a unique positioning to capture these type of events and incidents and provide it to the school administrators with the information needed for intervention and de-escalation of the situation. Identifying instances of bullying can yield insights into who is doing the bullying and who is being bullied. This could prove crucial in preventing future acts of violence, since most of the attacks have been carried out by those who have been victims of bullying. Some other case of uses for the SED can be in smart cities, banks, airports, public spaces like squares and parks, and private spaces also as commercial centers, condominiums, shopping malls, and many more. What is the benefit of having this SED? Just to give you a small summary of what is the benefits that you can get, it's going to be the part of as cost effective because it increases the security team efficiency. It's going to save you money on false alarms. And with the notification and integration, you can have the identification of real events. It's going to help you also with the speed by being the fastest solution in the market to alert acoustic unwanted events. It's going to improve the response time to those events and reduce any transportation time for the victims. We don't record any sound, so we respect people's privacy, therefore avoiding any ethical concerns that you can have. We also have the possibility to triangulate the source if it's possible, only if you have 3 or more devices. And the last and not least is the quality of life. By providing a better sense of security to people, you're able to create a better quality of life, and you're going to be able to also measure the urban noise and create a sense of security.
So when talking about smart cities, on the next slide, I would like to show you our success story with city of Pilsen here in Czech Republic. That's the first city we have started about a year ago. Nowadays, they have more than 30 devices on the streets. Another point is also our interior ministry has recently gave to this particular city a grant for crime prevention. So they got the devices fully charged by our government to prevent the crime here in Pilsen. And I would like to invite you and show you the real use and directly from the operations center. So in every time when a dangerous event will occur, the operator in the center will immediately see the situation and its surrounding. It will show, the system will show nearby cameras, the location of the source. In the middle, he will see the alert. He could also replay the alert. He can play a short sound, half a second long, that will show him directly what has triggered the alarm. And in the left part of the screen, you can see the noise measurement data. And he's also usually working with and can help him out in case of some other solution or some other dangerous situations. So
the one point that our devices has already been tested in practice, as in Pilsen there were 2 accidents where there was gunfire into the air, but the sounds of this gunfire has been recognized properly by our devices. And due to it, we had a reportage in the Republic News yes, a success story. Wow.
Other than that, the devices can be seen in other Czech cities such as City of Ostrava. We also have placed them in Amsterdam. Brazil colleagues, they also currently that proof of concept of many places in Brazil as well as in UK. And most recently, we will be integrating the devices also in the hospital here in Pilsen.
As one of the applications that we were mentioning before, as for the following of the patients. One other point that we would like to share is we recently have been shooting some new publicity video because we are in association with Access, and we will be shortly or gonna share it in our social medias. You can find a teaser currently right now in our social media like LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. We appreciate very much your time and for joining today's live webinar. We will now have the opportunity to have the Q&A, and we will provide the permission for participants to talk and activate their microphone. Please raise your hand or please just unmute yourself so we can have some little order regarding the questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I have been shared the poll answers also, so you can also see it in your screen what people have selected. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to unmute yourself and do it directly to us. You can do it either in Spanish or English. Today we have good Spanish speaking with you, so we are able to answer those questions too.
Is anyone raising his hands? You can maybe we did not say it. If you want to speak, you can raise your hand, and we can give you a permission or unmute your microphone.
Okay, we have one question from Thomas. To get more information about the embedded technology of sound analysis, do you trigger events primarily based on sound levels, or do you analyze their patterns?
I have already answered, but let's say there are two phases. First of those is the detection of something unusual. This is based on the sound level, but there are around 1,500 up to 3,000 per device of those events. Therefore, we extract the features. Mainly, it is based on the frequency spectrum, and those features are then classified in the deep neural network to distinguish the dangerous events from the common ones. Is it now clear, Thomas?
Not much. Thank you very much. Yes. Can you hear me?
Thomas?
Yes.
We are not able to hear you if you're speaking. Can you?
Does it work right now?
It was just one small little moment. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Do you have a
Can
mute?
you hear me?
Or...
Sure.
Hello? May you hear me? So
now, Thomas, we should hear you if it is. Can you confirm if it is clear or?
Yes, I'll try here, but
so I'm not sure.
it shouldn't work.
He appears to be talking because his microphone is moving. I'm so sorry, Thomas. Just give us one small little moment. We're having a technical issue here. TV has volume? Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's weird.
So may you hear me right now? Hello?
Sorry, now we hear you. Sorry, Thomas.
So, okay, with a small echo, but anyway, so thank you very much. It matched. I understood your answer about my question. That's fine. Maybe some other questions about the technology of the system design. You explained that it's possible to integrate your solution, for example, in VMS like Genetec or Milestone systems. What about, let's say, you need a specified, dedicated hardware platform as a computer, for example, on the edge, on site to run for the sound analysis. you explained it runs like a VPix platform. I believe you meant the ACAP from Axis. That should be fine also. But what's the typical system design you use to make the sound analysis?
Thanks for your question. So first of all, we just don't confuse with the software integration, like the way how the events are being processed. That the genetic milestone and those systems are mainly for purposes of seeing the triggers, the alerts itself, and for detecting, for actually analyzing those events. There always has to be either our device or a third-party hardware equipment such as Axis or any other cameras that will be in the future compatible with our sound event detector algorithms, or we will release the integration ability to such a hardware platform. So,
thank you. That's fine. So maybe an additional question concerning the last answer of you. You showed us the SED device types, both types, the indoor and the outdoor solution. Is there the sound analytics inside of the devices, or is that just, let's say, an indoor and outdoor ruggedized microphone which streams some audio to a dedicated calculator?
Yeah, thanks for this question. This is actually really important. This is what was said by Jakub, that everything is processed and analyzed directly on the device. Nothing is being sent out of the device, and it doesn't matter which kind of hardware platform will you have. Either if you're gonna use our device, indoor, outdoor type, or third-party hardware platforms such as Axis camera, all the time it's gonna be analyzed on the device itself. That means that the device can be fully autonomous, and in the near future we will have a new board layout that has gonna have on the relay, and this relay can be hardware based and trigger, for example, the external light or reproductor that will scare the attacker, or there can be another triggers that will be hardware based triggers. Another point what I wanted to mention is on that particular question, and I now forgot it. Yeah, maybe.
It doesn't. No sound right now.
We can hear you.
Hello?
We can hear you.
Thank you. Any other questions at the moment, or maybe from you, Tomas, any other doubt that you might have?
Right now, no, thank you very much. Maybe an additional one about concerning the, let's say, some leaflets you can offer to send by mail, a little bit more background information if you have, or to share that internally. Yeah,
definitely. We will share all those marketing details with all participants, and we will also share this video. It will be available on YouTube for your later, so you can later see the full video there. I thank you a lot for your participation and especially for your questions. It was really good that you were mentioning especially the last question that is really important for a lot of customers. And additionally to that question, I just wanted to say now I remember what I wanted to say. that the device can be operating also in the closed loop, means in the closed Ethernet or network environment. It's being asked by our customers a lot because imagine that you have some highly secure environment such as a bank or even some ministry. They always need to have any kind of system and device that is being integrated on their side to be secure as possible. So because our device everything processed on the on itself on its own, it can be integrated directly on the customer side in the closed network.
And by running the sound analytics directly on the device, you can guarantee the privacy, as you said before. Understand? Thank you very much.
Yeah, because normally everything is of course processed on the device, but then a trigger of the alarm with timestamp goes over our server to the servers or directly to the HMI of the operations center with a genetic IVSec platform. And whenever some customer doesn't want that and want to have really completely closed solution, this is also possible because everything is processed on the device.
Great, thank you very much. Maybe a last suggestion for some next webinars from your side. It was sometimes a bit hard to follow you both guys because of the sound. Let's say the sound form. It was more bass and not high frequency based because of you guys. And I will suggest to run with microphones, dedicated microphones as a speaker to optimize the speeches. But anyway, so the webinar was fine, and thank you very much from my side.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your participation, and yeah, looking for future cooperation.
Thank you very much for your time and have a nice rest of your day.
Thank you very much. Muchas gracias. Hasta la próxima.
Okay, thanks.